We'll go ahead and get started. We'll call Marshall County Fiscal Court to order. This is a special call to order on November 8th, 2018. We've got Commissioner Gold on teleconference, so he will actually be a voting member today for Fiscal Court. Under old business, first item, approve the minutes October 16th and October 31st special call meeting.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Before I get further into this, I know we advertise, but do we need to announce where Bob's at? Okay. Bob's actually in Utah. Do you got his address?
Bob, I didn't hear you say aye to that.
No, I'm not a voting member anyway. I'm just listening. Y'all need me, just holler at me. I can hear you good, Johnny. Don't hear the judge. Just not great.
Go ahead.
He's at 192 Preakness Way, and how do you say that city, Bob?
Yeah, Tuella.
Tuella, Utah.
No, wait. On their old business, item B, ordinance 2018-12, industrial building revenue funding, refunding bonds, second reading. We had the public hearing Tuesday. Jeff, do you want to?
Yes.
Second reading.
And this is the second reading. I will do this in summary only, as there have been no changes to this from the first reading. This is ordinance number 2018-12, an ordinance authorizing the issuance of industrial building revenue refunding bonds, Series 2008, Kentucky Baptist Assemblies, Inc. project of the County of Marshall, Kentucky, in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $4,600,000, the proceeds of which shall be loaned to Kentucky Baptist Assemblies, Inc. to refinance the outstanding industrial building revenue bonds originally issued to finance and refinance the acquisition, construction, installation, and equipping of facilities suitable for use in the furtherance of the educational purposes of Kentucky Baptist Assemblies, Inc., and located within the County of Marshall and the County of Shelby County, Kentucky, providing for the pledge of revenues for the payment of such bonds, authorizing a loan agreement such appropriate for the protection and disposition of such revenues, and to further secure such bonds, authorizing a bond purchase agreement, tax regulatory agreement, mortgage and assignments, and authorizing other actions in connection with the issuance of such bonds. That would be the second reading in summary.
Do we have to approve this ordinance? We need a motion.
There's no liability there, is there, on our part?
No, strictly issuance of bonds.
And
as is pointed out earlier in the hearing, this is a unique situation in that it's a renewal, and it's being renewed because of the perfect performance. And the U.S. Bank has agreed to loan the money, and not only loan the money, they are buying the bonds themselves. So that would be the only place there would be any risk, is to the bank who's loaned the money to. So I think that they're pretty confident.
Not for the taxpayers of Marshall County.
The only effect it might have if something catastrophic were to happen would be that it might affect our
Bond rating.
bonding.
Right. Move that we adopt.
Right.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item C on their old business, a Southwest One water sewer line extension advertisement and bids. Jeff, do you want to update the court on your visit to the city council?
Yes. Since we last met, I began working on the possible terms for a agreement with the city in regard to making the water and sewer system of the city of Benton capable of extending out and taking in the Southwest One project, because as of the date that we exercise our options, they will be required to initiate annexation based on the agreement we have with them. This overall project to get water and sewer out there will cost, it's been estimated by the engineers to cost approximately $2.2 million. We are working at portions of that in order for the city to see what they can cover and what the county can cover, and and meeting with the mayor. I've asked that the city authorize and agree that we go ahead and put out the bid, this project, so that we will know the exact numbers in order to finalize our agreement.
So,
And they have done so.
yeah, and when we get those figures back, we can see if our engineers are ballpark,
Yes.
and then go through the details after we have the numbers.
Yeah, the final details. I think we've got some percentage now, but it's time for us to get some real numbers to go.
Okay, percentage, where are those numbers available to look at? You've got percentage.
Well, that's just some numbers that the mayor and I have talked about. There's not really anything documented.
Okay.
I'd really rather get down to the real numbers before we take those back to either
Would Mayor
board.
Dodson have those percentages, what you all talked about?
The court,
I mean, I
the
haven't-
court has
I
the
haven't seen-
same, what Rivercrest had produced.
Yeah, it's in the
That's-
Rivercrest.
It was presented to the fiscal court. You should have a copy of it. It was 2 meetings ago, I believe.
Okay, I don't recall that I've seen that. I can get that from Mayor Dodson.
It's on our webpage too. Is there a motion to move forward on that? Rivercrest will be preparing the bids for that project.
That will come back after, in a package after we find out what the numbers are, and then this body will then
Yeah, right.
vote to whether they accept that.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And you can only accept what you're going to, I mean, whoever's going to pay it would accept it. But the bid's going to be put out on behalf of the
Right.
city and the county.
Right, got you. But in that final document that, with your discussion with the city of Benton and the city council, that agreement of the percentages, who's going to pay what will be in concrete.
Yes,
Yeah.
well, I mean, well, it will be, yeah, once both parties agree.
Okay, got you, okay.
It'll
But
be-
we're just bidding right now to see the numbers.
We're getting approval to
Yeah,
put the
yeah, I have
bids
no
out.
problem with that.
Those documents will be presented to both governing bodies.
Have no problem with,
Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the bid proposal.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Under new business, item A, payment of the bills.
move that we pay the bills.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item B, loan agreement, Kentucky Baptist Assemblies. Jeff, do you want to talk about that?
Yes. These are the backup documents. Once the bonds are issued, there will be a loan agreement for Kentucky Baptist Assemblies, and then the other document is the bond purchase, where U.S. Bank will be purchasing those bonds immediately.
Just an extenuation of B under old business.
Yes.
Okay, so moved. Second. Need approval.
All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item C, under new business, bond purchase agreement with Kentucky Baptist Assemblies.
Yes, I went ahead and mentioned that. That is the final agreement. Once everything goes through and the bonds are issued, U.S. Bank will purchase those bonds.
Do we approve, adopt?
All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Our signature is our participation as a party in that is only because we, as Marshall County, are where the bonds are being issued.
Item D, deeds on Victor Darnell Road. Do you want to discuss that, or
Yeah,
Wendy, do you
well,
want to
these are
discuss that?
these are deeds in exchanging property at the end of Victor Darnell Road in order to create an area big enough for a turnaround.
And that just gives, the court needs to give me permission to sign that deed so that the road department can move forward on that work on Victor Darnell Road.
Move that we give the judge the authority to sign the document.
Second that.
All those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion carries. Item E, we discussed that briefly on the vacant lot. I think Anita had brought up something that,
And I'll update
if you want to
the
update us on that.
commissioners. There was a letter in the packet with, for a property in Gilbertsville that a gentleman wanted to purchase, but the county holds a lien on it. And he was willing to pay the taxes, which were just over $1,500. And then part of the lien that we found that the county had was just under $5,000, but he said he was willing to pay $1,500 of that. So that's what I found out from him, and then from there, I was under the understanding that you guys could release the lien, and then he could negotiate with the property owner. Now, I know Anita did some more digging in and probably knows a lot more about the process, so she was gonna explain that to me.
However, the mobile home was owned by a different person who was not a record title owner, so the lien is only against the record title owner.
Okay.
And it's just the one lot that's involved, so whatever you agree to release the lien for, it'll be a full release.
Nita, what is the address of that property? This is the
Well,
address?
one of them is 205.
Oh, there's two of them?
Yeah, what we have records are, is 205 and 215 West First Street.
West First.
That's the one they're trying to deed to the county, that's the one we're talking about.
No, that was different. That was in, I think, in Benton. This one is in.
That's when we cleaned those 5 lots up
Yes.
in 2010, and another property owner, her son was taking care of that, and he passed away, and they're still not cleaned up, but I drive by there frequently, and those 2 lots are in, right back where they were, besides they don't have a junky house on them, but they're not well cared for, and certainly the neighbors that do care for their property in that area have been very adamant that they want to try to clean some of that stuff up, so.
This lien was issued in April of 2015.
Yeah, we cleaned, I think 205, I don't know about 215, but the county paid to have 5 of those lots. I thought it was well before that, but it might have been around that, but we paid to have those lots cleaned up, some houses taken down and so forth, but got about halfway through that project.
Is there any wishes on the actions regarding this lot? The gentleman, I think we've heard the information regarding the property, and the gentleman's wanting to buy it. Does the court want to take any action on it?
Is he paying the property owner something too?
I don't know. I assumed that would be negotiated between those two.
It would be, what he's doing is asking you to reduce the amount of your lien so that he can purchase the property, because there's taxes due too, that he will have to pay in full.
Well, I can tell you from personal experience that those properties down there, if there's a $5,400 lien on that, neither one of those lots are worth $5,400, not now or not 25 years from now, maybe if oil's discovered or gold on one of the lots, but not even, you couldn't get I don't think I get 2,000, you couldn't even, I don't know how you get $1,500 unless it abuts your property, but what's the legal advice from counsel as far as that goes? You're the one that put the lien on there.
Yeah,
on behalf
I
of
mean,
the
that's
county.
strictly up to you. If you think it's more practical to reduce the lien and accept a portion of it and get it back on the tax rolls.
That's what I'm asking you, your legal opinion on the decision. I mean, it seems like a no-brainer to me. It's been on the books for 2015 or longer, some of those portions of that.
Given the fact we spent the money, the tax bills still aren't getting paid, and it's back where it was, and we're gonna have to clean it up again, I'd say it would be a good idea.
Well, that's.
I think you'd be money ahead.
That's my opinion too. I just wanted to know if there was something that was, simply because it'll be back on the tax rolls and, it has, we've got that invested already and there's no way we're gonna ever get that out of it. Problem doing that.
So is there a motion to take action?
Yes, I'll make that motion.
To reduce it to 1,500?
I'll just take that was $1,500. He's gonna pay $1,500 back taxes and give us $1,500.
No. He's gonna pay $1,500 to the court, and the back taxes are separate. He's gonna pay that
Yes,
separate.
that's what, which
Right.
was roughly 1,500. Yeah, that's the way I understood it, okay? I have no problem with that.
I would think so.
Yes, it'd be contingent upon him paying the taxes for us to accept that.
He doesn't want those other four down there with $5,000 against him, does he?
I don't know.
Oh, the neighbors would certainly appreciate effort to clean up.
So the motion,
Oh,
okay, so we got a
Rick
first and a
seconded.
second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Road petition, Old Road. Do you want to talk about that,
Put me to it.
Jeff? You're on a roll, so you might.
You have received a petition requesting that Old Road be closed. The petition has been prepared by one of the property owners out there. It is a dead-end road. The signature, the document does not contain a signature for the other people that are affected by this. Your policy, this court's own policy in the past has always been that you wanted wanted consent of the other property owners, or to at least be heard. Under the statute, I think that in order for you to make the decision, you would at least need to go through the process of appointing road viewers and getting a report on the road. And then you can be heard, have a public hearing and be heard, those people can be heard on that issue.
Jeff, doesn't every property owner, we dealt with that in this off Sled Creek on a property 3 or 4 years ago, and there was like 8 people on the road and all but one had signed off and.
That was a name change.
Oh, that's right, that's a name change, okay. I have talked to.
And their name changes,
Yeah, I've talked to a resident that lives on that particular road that has the majority of the property up one side of the road, and she is definitely
Right.
opposed to it, and you
And her
probably,
son that lived at the end of that road.
and you probably have too. I've,
your requirements would be that notices be placed at 3 prominent and visible places, public places within 1 mile of the road. After posting the notices, the court shall appoint 2 reviewers who have no vested interest in the discontinuance of the road and who, together with the county road engineer, shall view the road and report in writing at the hearing what inconvenience would result from the discontinuance. On presentation of the report, other evidences, if any, at a public hearing, fiscal court may discontinue the road.
why would we start down that road to close the road when those signatures, I would assume that if we even considered closing that road, that each of the property owners that abutted that road would have their signatures on file, and even at that point, we may not choose to do that for some reason. It
Well,
wouldn't be beneficial to take.
The thing is, if this matter is taken to circuit court, as one has been in the past,
Right.
the agreement by all the property owners is not a factor. They look for public use and how long the county's maintained it, those sort of things, in order to determine if it is in fact a public road.
So they can close the road even though you have property owners against the closing?
Happened in this county.
But
By the
that's
circuit
in a
court.
court of law, not this court.
Yeah, that was the circuit court,
Okay.
jury trial.
So at a minimum, the court needs to identify road review.
Yeah, you just need to look at what you have, and so that you make an informed decision.
Okay?
Yeah, but you gotta post the notices first.
Post the notices that
Post notices that this petition has been filed within 1 mile of the road in 3 conspicuous places.
Not that we're in favor or of it or not.
No,
I mean,
just that a
the
petition
So
has-
the process will start.
Right, yeah, just that a petition has been filed.
I'm sure you have talked to one of the property owners and son. I'm sure that,
I've talked to 2 of the property owners.
and I'm in no form or fashion in favor of closing that road when the property owner owns a considerable amount of property along those lines.
Right.
And I have no problem going through the process.
The problem arises in these kind of roads because this was one of those roads that came into the road system many years ago.
Right.
We don't have any description as far as how much right-of-way we got. We've basically, what we have maintained is where the blacktop is all we can even say we have any possible right to claim it as a road, and the length of time that we've done it. That's what we had in the last case, and it just, the way you all do it now and making sure you've documented your right-of-way prevents these situations from occurring.
How does that read in it, like 15 years that we have maintained?
I think it is 15 years.
And that is in excess of
Right.
15 years, we have maintained that particular road in excess of 15 years, so our rules and regulations, it may have to be determined in a court of law or a higher court than this, but I don't care how we proceed, I just like to state that I'm not in favor of closing that road.
Never.
So whatever we do to go through the proper channels.
Her name's
Yeah,
Diane.
yeah,
I think you still need to process the petition.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine, I have no problem with that.
Wendy, can you post the notices? And then that way we can get that done. And then the road reviewers, I believe it was 2 to assist you. I would say Andy Lepisto and Casey Counts. And that way they can,
Bob's very familiar with this issue also.
yes.
Yes. We've been through this on more than one occasion. Whatever Jeff thinks we need to do to get our part of this taken care of, we just take care of it. If it goes to circuit court, it'll be out of our hands.
Correct. I think we're all in agreement that
Fiscal court shall appoint.
the road would remain open, but since the petition's filed, we'll go through the process. So,
As part of the motion, you need to name 2 roads.
Move we take the judge's recommendation of Wendy, Andy Lepisto, and Casey Counts.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Now, do we need to establish a public hearing, a date?
No, I think you need to wait till you get your report back.
Okay. We'll meet on the 20th, so we should have enough time to have a response by the 20th. If you can get with those two and try to have a report by the 20th.
That way, those interested will know what the report says when they come to the public meeting. I think that's fair.
Okay. Library board appointment, item G. Barbara Sloan, her term is expired on October 14th of this year. So I'm making an appointment for Alan Jones to be on the library board.
Did they send us a list of names?
Yes, but the appointment that I'm making is Alan Jones.
Who are the?
The other one was Ann Faust.
Ann, Dennis's wife, Ann?
It's Ann Faust.
Is that who that is?
2057 U.S. Highway West, Benton.
She was a former librarian, if that's who that is. That's why I asked that question. It's what she did for a living.
Is there a motion to accept Alan Jones? Second? I'll second it. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Cemetery board appointment, item H. Linda Woodward is a current board member that is, she's experienced some health issues, and has to resign from the board. So this will be an appointment to continue out her term, and appointment would be Don Howe to replace her on that board. Is there a motion to accept Don Howe? Is there a second? I'll make it second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item, item I, drawdown requests on the sanitation expansion. Should have that in your packet.
You got to read anything, Jeff? Okay, I read the packet. I have no problem in paying the bills. So moved.
All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Treasurer's report.
Marshall County Fiscal Court Treasurer's Report for the month ending October 31st, 2018. The book balance in the general fund, $572,873.10. Road fund, $1,167,170.82. Jail fund, $395,992.37. Grant fund is $0. 911 fund, $70,105.97. Occupational tax administrator, $3,310,419.87. The ABC Fund, $253,631.10. And the Building Inspection Fund, $67,272.71. Total reporting funds, $5,837,465.94.
Approve the treasurer's report.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Intra-fund transfer.
We need to do an interfund transfer from the general fund at CFSB to the payroll fund at CFSB for $29,238.45.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Appropriations transfer.
We only have one appropriation transfer. It is for $3,102.78, and it is to go into the jail fund office equipment account out of reserves. And it has to do with an insurance claim, and when the insurance money came in, we were not sure where the money would be expensed out of, what line item. So we put it into reserves, and this is just, the expense has come through, so this is to move that to that budget line item.
Transfer.
All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, Judge.
Second. Is there a second? I'll second it. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.